Castle Freak bitches. Mike made this whole intro and made those letters out of foam. Mike Ayema, my partner.
Yeah,
my
okay.
man! He made each letter and then took photos of each one. We like added the chains and stuff. So he made that. That's real. This is a dragon. That's me. That's the Castle Freak. So for that part, we kind of wanted to add just a little bit of like a comic relief to like the seriousness of like skateboard culture. This part was like really hard for me. Like it was like a huge emotional and mental struggle, which I feel like is normal for skaters to. I talked to Pedro Delfino about it. I think this is the one where I really gave myself more confidence in like a lot of stuff that I've been doing more recently. You know, I'm a free bitch. This is at Golden Gate Park, I think. It's in the Bay. It's in San Francisco. I had lived there for literally a month because Jeff went out of town for a month, so I was able to have his place. So I just filmed with Tanner and Mac over at Deluxe for a while, and this was where we went one day. This was filmed by Matt King at night one night, and it was just some trippy church rail in a church with like Mary all over the place and stuff, but that was just like in front of it. I lost my mind at this spot because that took so fucking long to land. Big Baker Maker. I was like, fuck it, I don't even care. This was a weird trick for me too. I've never done that trick and I just did it at that spot. I do not know how to back 360. Fun fact. So those are actually AI generated images of castles. So it's a little bit of a little bit of spooky internet infiltration in the art world. That was in Copenhagen. I'm so stoked on that clip. I don't fucking know that bitch. No, yeah, that's Uncle Frank. That's my bestie. Matt King is one of my favorite filmers and one of my favorite people in the world, and I just like love that I was able to like get him in there. That clip specifically spoke to me because I was like, I want my friend in this, you know. Literally the legend himself. So fucked up. He was gonna take it to the street and then like I was doing the 50-50 into it and he was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. And then I was like, yes! Like when he landed it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna fuck it. I was gonna do something else, but I was like, I just wanna land it because I'm just stoked, you know? So I just did a 50. That was terrifying. I had to do that 5 times for a photo. Okay, fun story about this one. Cut, pause. We spent an hour and a half shoveling dirt out of that chute, but a person had come out of the same building prior who was like, oh, this is sick. Like, yeah, just don't get hurt. This bitch attacked my friend Brandon with fucking cardboard boxes, and then we were confused because everything happened so fast where we were like, is that the same person? Just like we thought like it was just like this complete switch up of a person on us, but they kind of looked similar. I don't know if they were partners or whatever too, because like they were both for sure gay. I'm 90% sure, unless my gaydar is really fucked up on this one. So he just came out screaming and wailing on my friend with cardboard boxes. I was like, chill out, dude. Like, just go back into your like multi-million-dollar fucking home. And he was like, go back to your fucking tent. And then we were all just like, ooh, that was really nasty. I haven't really gotten a lot of lines previously in like anything, so I think this is when I challenged myself to like come up with more line stuff just to give trick after trick after trick some breathing room. I just love the way this clip looks. I think this is like definitely one of my favorite lines in the video. I call it a dolphin flip. It's like gay as fuck. Other than a unicorn, like dolphins are pretty fucking gay, so I don't know. I learned dolphin flips like as a joke. Like I learned a lot of stuff as like a random joke, and then I had never seen that trick done before, and I was messing around like with Tanner that day, and I was like, oh, like what if I just did manual dolphin flips? And then I did it really quick. The faces after when I like landed it, I was just like I just got clotheslined so hard, and then this was kind of like a comic relief because it started to get really serious, so we put that in as just like a campy like this whole part, like I had so much anxiety with just like feeling like I had to prove myself to like the world, like in Thrasher and like fans, and like just to myself too, like that I can do this type thing. I had a little bit of imposter syndrome while going pro without having like my best stuff out, and I had been struggling with like having panic attacks daily. I went to this spot one day and I had like a lot of anxiety, but it was the same day that my grandma was like literally died. I got the text like right before that, like my grandma was like basically like her last breath is gonna like happen any minute now, and I was like just like thinking of my grandma the whole time. It was just crazy to like land this, and then after that I had this like insane like overwhelming feeling of just like I'm okay, you know, and just like ease and just like comfort, and like I haven't had like a panic attack like I had been having ever since. I know it seems like a little bit like weird, but like it's just a thing where like it intertwines skating and like the therapeutic part that I've talked about in interviews before, where like this shit is like really fucking therapeutic because it's like I'm challenging myself to like basically trust myself enough to commit to something and like go forward with it. It's just fucking insane. So that was an insane moment in my life. So yeah, shout out to that palm tree for being chopped in half. Another joke that literally made it on Quarter Snacks. Out of every clip, I was like, if I make it on Quarter Snacks, it would be sick, but like, which clip would it be? I would have never thought in a million years that this would be the clip. Yeah, I had to go back twice because the first angle was just a little too tight, so we went back and to get a photo as well for like the Thrasher interview thing. And Michael Scheidt, my friend from my hometown, ended up doing like Wally 50, and I was like, oh sick, he wallied onto it, because I was like thinking about walling onto it, then I was just like, I just want to ollie onto it, because it's really fucking tall. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do this. A lot of the stuff I try are kind of jokes, but then when I do them really fast, I'm like, oh, that was cool. I snapped, I think, 6 boards on this spot. This is by far my best part. Like, in my opinion. I've just been kind of going, like, there's just been like some stuff with, you know, like shoe sponsors and stuff that I'm just like figuring out, and I'm just like kind of, I was just kind of, I'm just like, I was, that was the moment where I was like, you know what, I'm done. I'm done like trying to like prove myself. I like, this is when I like prove myself to myself, you know. This is the part that I wanted to show the world, kind of, you know. I almost like feel like ruining skateboarding was like, that's where I like came into skateboarding in. You know what I mean? Like that's where like I arrived, I feel like. So everything else had kind of been more just like homie videos. So that was like the one like actual skate brand. Like that was like when I arrived, you know, and I think there's a lot of power in that. And then this one's just like the one where I was like, I'm a skater. So yeah, I think I would probably say ruining skateboarding is probably one of my more favorites, TBH. But this one's just like the more hammers.
Science fiction, double feature, Dr. Ed.
So I had been really into Rocky Horror, and we were gonna use science fiction double feature as it, and I've always skated to kind of like harder songs, so it was gonna be a little bit of like another kind of like flip the script type deal, and it's very campy as well, and theatrical. I just felt like this one was so long, and the part is fucking long. Like I'm pretty sure it's like, yeah, it's like 7.5 minutes long. So I don't even know if the Rocky Horror song would fit. I think it's only like 2 minutes. But I think the beauty in this one was that, which I'm like kind of processing now through this whole thing, is that the moment when I told you about like the tree drop in, like that moment was like, you can't pay for that shit. So I think actually like this one is probably like the more near and dear to my heart. As much as I didn't want to accept that and like be honest with myself about it, I think this is my more important part in my life. So
Picture show.